While Monica moves her phone up to her face, she uses her middle deltoid muscle that originates in her scapula and is inserted in her humerus and allows her to adduct her shoulder towards her midline to prepare to take a picture. She then uses her pectoralis major originating in the clavicle and inserted in the humerus for the flexion of her arm as it abducts and immediately rotates the humerus to get the perfect angle for her selfie. She then uses her orbicularis oris that originates in the maxillae and inserts around the lips to pucker her lips and create the perfect duck face for the perfect selfie. Finally, she snaps the picture using her flexor pollicis longus originating in the vena and radius and inserted into the distal phalange 1 to create a flexion of the thumb and wrist to push the button and capture her perfect selfie. Sarah prepares for her epic selfie by using her adductor longus originating in the coxal bone and inserted into the femur. She uses flexion and extension to pick her leg up and be Miley Cyrus. Sarah uses her masseter originating in the zygomatic bone and inserted into the mandible to depress the mandible and prepare to stick her tongue out. She uses her biceps brachii originating in her scapula and humerus and inserted into her radius to flex her elbow and supinate her wrist to help hold her leg up. Lastly, she uses her extensor digitorum in her wrist that originates in her humerus and inserts into her phalanges to flex her fingers and wrists to grasp her leg firmly, resulting in a beautiful selfie. Monica uses her triceps brachii originating in the scapula and humerus and inserted into the ulna to abduct and rotate the elbow and place her hand on her hip. Then she uses her latissimus dorsi originating in her vertebrae and inserted into the humerus to extend the angle of her back when standing up. She then uses her rectus abdominis originating in her pubis and inserted into the ribs 5 through 7 and sternum. She uses her rectus inflection to decrease the angle of her selfie. Lastly, she uses her deltoid anterior originating in the clavicle and inserted into the humerus to adduct her arm and move her shoulder into position. Sarah uses her semitendinosus originating in the coxal and inserted into the tibia for flexion of her knee to decrease the angle. She uses her tibialis anterior originating in her tibia and inserted into her carpal and metacarpal to dorsiflex her foot. Next, she uses her soleus originating in her tibia and inserted into the calcaneus for plantar flexion. Finally, she uses her gluteus maximus originating in the coxal and inserted into the femur to abduct the femur from the ground. Monica uses her triceps brachii. Just keep going. She then uses her orbicularis oris that originates in the maxillae and inserts around the lips to pucker her lips and create the perfect duct face for the perfect selfie. I said duct. Okay, wait. You suck. Go away. I'm not redoing that, okay. So we're going to start from here.
Seriously?
Yeah, I'm just going to start from the duck face again.
Okay.
Because she can edit that out.
Okay.
Ready?
This story. Duck face.
Uses her semi-tine axle and inserted into the tibia to
Sarah uses her semitendinosus originating in the coxal and inserted into the tibia for flexion of her knee to decrease the angle. She uses her why?